that we're gonna close. We're gonna close. We heard you. I want to say I appreciate all of you coming. I know you take this to heart. We hear you, but I can't not tell you what we're gonna do or what's gonna be done. Just know that we heard you. Okay? Is there any comments from any of you in regards to this at this moment?
Well, I'll just make my comments in the mayor's comments.
Yeah, that's what I thought we'd do. Okay, so we go into agenda item number 17, informational items. Council people, you see the calendar there, and we should abide by that calendar, the different holidays and different things there for us to partake and participate in. So, agenda 18, comments by the mayor.
Thank you, Council President. First of all, thank you to all the citizens that came out tonight. I know it's hard with schedules that are busy. You know, this whole came about last council meeting where I asked what we were doing to enforce the ban on Kratom, the way the Attorney General wrote it, which is 708, but also thinking that Kratom ultimately was banned in the community. It was dropped in a subcommittee. It did not pass. When I talk to people, there's a lot of money behind supporting it. I'll be honest, I don't know the difference between synthetic Kratom and the real leaf Kratom. What I do know is real stories that I hear from kids every day. You know, I spoke to about 500 kids about 3 weeks ago and shared my story with them about how I struggled with addiction and how I was able to overcome it. And I was alarmed to see how many kids came up to me and told me they're struggling with mental illness and addiction in the 8th grade. And several of them mentioned Kratom as a drug that they're on right now. Also being very involved in the recovery community, you could talk to treatment centers. I have a lot of friends that are in the treatment center business. It is a drug that addicts are relapsing on. It is causing the obsession. Now, do they stay on it? I don't know. But they try it, it triggers the obsession, and they go back to using hardcore drugs. I've seen it. One of my close friends with 10 years of sobriety is out using hardcore drugs right now because he tried Kratom. You know, I think this really needs to be addressed at the state and federal level. There's currently 7 states that have banned Kratom. 2 cities in the state of Florida, down south. When I talk to them, they're having a hard time locally enforcing it. It really needs to be a state. And I would encourage us to look at, if it does come up as a bill, that we would support that. And you know, hopefully they'll look at the different aspects of the Kratom to see where, if there is beneficial. You've heard stories tonight. It sounds like it's working for some. I'm talking about the people that I talk to every day and what they're struggling. In fact, I got 2 text messages from people that we know, and both said one family member died from Kratom. They got an infection inside from taking it, and it killed them. And the other one was about a week away from passing away. And so they acknowledged the support of not having it in the community. I think we do have a bigger problem. I think these smoke shops that are opening on every corner, I think the gas stations that are selling synthetic drugs right next to candy, I think we need to look at that, and we got to think of, who do we want to be as a community? You know, I'm not proud of that. I don't know if you're, you know, how you feel about it, but I think that we need to look at that and say, okay, what can we do to change that? I want to be known as a place that supports kids, supports families, supports